I did a lot of this work. I dealt with a lot of my bullshit, a lot of my demons. I learned to let go of things I don't need, and I learned to let good things in, and I'm still learning. And what I wanted to say in this message was that recently I learned how much courage and strength and bravery it takes to ask for help. Because I am a very determined person, I'm a Taurus, I feel that I can do things all by myself without any help from anyone. And in a lot of ways, I've dismissed people in my life because I didn't want their help. Because to me, asking for their help was admitting defeat, admitting weakness. And I did not want to be weak in their eyes. Now, clearly, if you know me, you know that I get a lot of help from my mother, financially, emotionally, and otherwise. But, and I don't know if it's a part of me wanting to respect myself, but in other ways, I'm unwilling to ask for help. And it's usually where you need help the most. So, I have realized more than ever that I am an addict. I am an addict to food. And like I've said probably before, it's one of the hardest things to deal with as an addiction because you have to eat food to survive and you have to find a perfect balance and a harmony. And it's not about just giving it up like you could just give up heroin. And I know it's not easy to give up heroin, believe me. I mean, I've never had to give it up, but I know people in my life that have had to give up heroin. But food, and even those people will tell you that being addicted to food is different. I am addicted to food. I eat it when I'm sad. I eat it when my day's just been shitty. I get such an excitement in my heart when I think, oh my god, I can go home, I can watch a movie, and I can like order pizza. That is something I've done since my childhood. It's so deeply ingrained in who I am. And it sounds so, I mean, when I say that, you probably think, oh, that sounds good. It sounds like fun. But to me, it is not just that. It is something I'm doing for reasons other than nourishment. It's something that does not last. Literally, you eat the pizza, and the minute it's gone, you're not happy anymore. And you probably feel really full. And uncomfortably so. So I have a problem, and I know that other members of my family also have this problem, and it's not my job to out them in their addictions, but I'm going forth and talking about mine. And it is the hardest thing, and I've said this before, that I'll ever have to let go of. Harder than cigarettes, harder than drinking. I had to ask for help. And my personal trainer, I believe, is my sponsor. If anyone knows anything about the programs, AA, NA, you know that it's important, it's imperative to have someone who's your sponsor. And my personal trainer even said this to me. He even thinks of himself like a sponsor because he doesn't just show me what exercises to do once a week at the gym. He is there to keep me accountable. And there's been several times in the last week where I did not want to tell him that I ate an entire pizza, or that I had a muffin, or that I did not go to the gym when I should have. But he is there and requires me to be accountable, and sometimes I hate him for that. But ultimately, if it weren't for him, I would not stick to it. And I have to say thank you, Ryan, because you really are helping me way more than you know. It's way more than just losing weight, which is something that I have wanted to do probably since the day I was born. Well, maybe not that long ago, but seriously, like, I mean, I got fat when I was like 9, so, you know, big difference. It's something that I've heard almost every member of my blood-related family say to me constantly. It's what we use to value ourselves as people and devalue ourselves even more so. Skinny means you're a good person. Fat means you're a lazy piece of shit. And that's just what I know from being raised in my family. It is so much more than just losing weight. And I'm not saying that I'll be happy when I'm skinny. I'll be happy when I feel like I have some form of freedom, and when eating is not more powerful than I am. It is my biggest weakness. It is my biggest problem. It is actually the biggest consumer of my money. I spend a lot of money on food. It is at the root of all of my insecurities. If I'm hungry and someone comes along and says to me, without me asking them for help, you shouldn't be eating that. You should eat something healthier. Put that down. I get so angry. I feel so much shame. My blood boils. And I know that if something like that makes you that angry, that is your problem. I need to ask for help, and I need to trust someone to help me. And I am learning to trust my personal trainer. It is my next step in my journey. On a more superficial note, I will add that I weighed myself today and I was 226. 226.7. Starting weight 232. So that's really exciting news. A part of me is very happy to see that number. The other part of me knows that that number is not the only thing. It's not the only thing. It's not the end result. It's not... I mean, it's certainly not the end result. I mean, I'm losing more weight. But it's not a direct sign of what... that I've, like, all of a sudden, you know, I'm not an addict anymore. I lost, 8 pounds. 6 pounds. Yeah, so it's a number. It makes a part of me happy. I know it'll make my dad happy. And that's all. I know this wasn't a very happy, funny video, but I hope that some of you find it helpful. And the next time I talk to you, I'll be in a new location. So wish me luck on my move. I'm getting a U-Haul with my roommate tomorrow, and we're doing it all ourselves. And we're going to drive through Brooklyn in a U-Haul van with a full load of shit. Namaste!